So again, with deletion or insertion mutations, there's a whole frame shift change in the sequence of bases or nucleotides on the mRNA molecule, and that leads to a whole series of incorrect amino acids in the polypeptide that will become the protein. So usually the effects are disastrous because the proteins are basically non-functional. So adding or subtracting nucleotides can simply alter the triplet groupings of the genetic message, and almost always does. So the frame shift mutation, again, usually winds up producing polypeptides and proteins that are non-functional. And if it's an essential polypeptide or protein, and essentially they all are important in one way or another, that can cause disastrous effects at the cellular level, the tissue level, all the way up to the whole organism. So what causes mutations? What are the mutagens out there in nature? Well, some mutations are just spontaneous errors in the DNA replication or recombination process, and copying the DNA or producing the polypeptide through the DNA to mRNA process of transcription and translation. Some random errors do occur, and sometimes they are not corrected and they stay within the genome. So it's a change in the genetic sequence. So that is a mutation. They're fairly rare, but they do happen. Other sources of mutation are physical and or chemical agents in the environment that are called mutagens. So here's a cigarette with the numerous potential mutagens that are found in cigarettes. One of the worst things you can do to yourself is to smoke, because of the number of different mutagens that can cause mutations and can lead to things like cancer. So the most common physical mutagen is high energy radiation, like X-rays or UV sunlight radiation from excess sunlight, right? Excess tanning, for example, can cause mutations that can lead to things like skin cancer. So especially if you're fair skinned, definitely be careful with too much UV sunlight exposure. It could become a mutagen. And then chemical mutagens are various. I already talked about numerous mutagens that are chemical in things like cigarette smoke. So many mutagens then can act as carcinogens, causing cancer, because the change in the genome due to mutations can sometimes lead to cancerous cell growth. And some cancers are very dangerous. So not all mutations are bad. Most of the times mutations are often harmful. Sometimes they are silent mutations that don't affect the organism at all. But sometimes, on rare occasion, they can be beneficial in nature and in the lab. So mutations are one source of the diversity of alleles or genes in nature. We talked about that a while ago. And this diversity at the genetic level becomes diversity at the phenotypic level, whether it's microbes or plants or animals or fish, allows that diversity to be acted upon by natural selection, and that helps drive evolution. So sometimes mutations can be good and or beneficial. The picture I have here with highly enlarged bacteria and plastic is due to the fact that there was a strain of bacteria that was found in a garbage dump with much plastic around in Japan. And they discovered that the bacteria was actually eating the plastic from plastic bottles and such, from plastic waste. And that apparently was a spontaneous mutation in the genome of the bacteria that allowed it to then be able to decompose plastic and consume plastic and obtain energy from plastic. So that was a beneficial mutation for the bacteria, because they could exploit a new food source. But for society, that was a very beneficial mutation, because they've played with that mutation and actually caused more mutations to make the enzymes, the proteins that break down the plastic, more efficient. So now they're thinking of genetically modifying bacteria that have these new genes due to mutations that can more rapidly break down plastics in the environment, which is a massive problem at the planetary level, really. And through biotechnology, through the use of mutations and their effects on enzymes, proteins, we can turn bacteria into basically consumers of plastic, and they can break down the plastic into non-harmful products. So that's an example of a good mutation. All right, that's it for this chapter.